Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and today I have an unhauling and an hauling. I am going to the used bookstore. I'm going to be trading in some books and getting new ones. I get credit. I have credit. I think I have like $40 still at the store that I could still use that I haven't used yet. But I have my tote bag, and this is the tote bag that I have. It's this one here. This is a 31 tote bag, and it is filled with books. And once this bag is filled up, I go to the used bookstore, and I go like quarterly, maybe 4 times a year, and I trade my books in. So, okay, I'm going to share with you what's in this bag. You've seen these in other videos because I did do an unhauling from my bookshelf. So, okay. So the first 3 books that I am returning to the used bookstore is 1 for the money, 2 for the dough, and 3 to get deadly. I read all 3 of these. They were all good. I really enjoyed them, but I'm not going to read them again. This series is very, very long, and I have the rest of the series all the way up to book 15 or something like that on my bookshelf. So I am going to return these and get something else. So that's the first 3. Then I have a book that I'm not going to read. It's The Witches of West End. This is by Melissa de la Cruz. Not going to read it. I figured I'd return it. So that's that one. Another one that I'm not going to read is Blue Bloods by Melissa de la Cruz. I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, here's one that I read and didn't like. So I'm getting rid of Siege and Storm, sorry. I didn't like this one. I gave it a 3-star. I'm not going to read the second book, which I own. So I am going to return these. So they are both hardcovered. Hopefully she takes the hardcover. Sometimes she gives me a hard time, but these are new releases. So hopefully she'll take them. So that's that. Okay. The next book I have in here is A Murder is Binding by Laura Barrett. I'm not going to read this one, so I'm going to return it. This one I read, and you've seen that I've read this one, and I did not read Wrinkle in Time before I read this one. I'm going to get rid of it because I didn't really like it. I'm getting rid of this one. When You Reach Me, it's a middle grade book by Rebecca Steed. I thought it was like a 3-star, so I'm getting rid of it. Here's one that I don't need anymore, and I did not read this one. You are so not invited to my bar mitzvah. I don't think I need this anymore since we already had our bar mitzvah, so I'm going to get rid of this. And this one is a DNF. I did not like it. I DNF'd it halfway through the book. I'm getting rid of this one, The Perfect Girl. I don't know what it is. I just didn't like it, so I'm going to return it. So that's that. Here's one that I did not read, and I'm just going to get rid of it. Once Upon the Time Tale, The Reawakened. So I'm going to get rid of this one. This one is a double. Sanctum by Madeline Rooks. I have 2 copies, so I'm getting rid of this one. And this one I'm not going to read. I thought the movie was probably going to be better than the book, so I'm getting rid of Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Yeah, I misplaced this book for the longest time. I finally found it, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to read it, so I'm going to get rid of it. And here's 2 books that I read one, and I read half of the second one, and then I said, you know what, I'm going to give up. So I didn't like it. It was just too much world building. It's The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. I just didn't like her writing style. This was her first book that she ever wrote, and it's supposed to be like 14 books, I think. And I'm like, no, I just didn't like it. And I do have the second book, which I started reading, but I don't like it, so I'm going to return. They're both hardcovers, the Mime order, so yeah. I'm getting rid of it. Some people like it, some people don't like it. I just didn't like the world building, so I'm getting rid of it. So I have 1 more book. Let me go check my other shelf. Correction, I found 2 more books. I'm getting rid of the hardcovered. I'm going to keep the soft covered. And I'm getting rid of The Winner's Kiss and I'm getting rid of the second book, which is The Winner's Crime, because I have 2 copies. So I'm going to get rid of the hardcover and get rid of this one. And I'm going to keep this one, The Winner's Crime, and I'm going to keep this one, The Winner's Kiss. And it looks really nice on the shelf because both of them match. So now I just need the third book. I thought I hauled it, but I don't see it. Maybe they were out on Book Outlet. I thought I hauled the third book, but I can't find it. So anyway, I will be reading these very shortly. This is on my top start of series of next 2018. So I will be starting these soon. So that's it. So stay tuned for what I pick up. I am going to bring my 50/50 list with me, and I'm going to bring my Amazon 2017 new releases list with me to the used bookstore and see what I can accumulate and add to my bookshelf. So anyway, stay tuned for what I pick up. Hi, I'm back, and I have 14 books that I got from the used bookstore. I got 3 from my 50/50 list. I got 1 YA book, and I went into fiction, mystery, historical fiction, and paranormal. So here we go. I only got 1 YA book. Everything else is adults. So let's go with my 50/50 first. And the 50/50, I got 2 classics and 1 science fiction. So the science fiction that I got was The Sparrow by Mary Doria Russell. So yeah, this was science fiction, and it's on my 50/50 list. I don't know anything about the book except it's science fiction. So that's that one. So out the classics, I got Spoon River Anthology. This is also on my 50/50 list, and this is what's in the classic section. And the third book that I got from my 50/50, this one is a bind up. There are 3 stories in here, and the very first story, it's actually a trilogy. It's a huge book, but the first story is on my 50/50 list. So I got the 3 great novels by Wilk Collins. And what is the first one? The Woman in White is the first book. The second book is called The Moonstone, and the third book is called The Law and the Lady. So my 50/50, I'm supposed to be reading the first book in this. So I got the bind up. It's an old book, classic. So that's that one. Okay. Then I went into YA, so I will do my YA book. My YA book, I looked and looked and looked. I didn't see anything that I really wanted except for this one. So I wound up getting this one, which is The Code Name Verity. I don't own this one, and I think that this one is about World War II, and I really want to read this one, so that's what I got as my YA book. Okay. Moving on to fiction. I got 1 fiction book, and this was a cover by. I have no idea what this book is about. I love the cover, and yeah, so I picked it out. And that book is this one. It's called Now and Then by Jacqueline Sheehan. And I really liked the cover. I'm such a sucker when it comes to dogs. And this one, it says, a magical tale of hope, second chances, and a not-so-little dog. So, yeah, so I picked up this one. So, yeah, so that's that one. Then I went into the mystery thriller section. I got 2 books there. I got this one that was already on my TBR. It's called Creep, and it's by Jennifer Hiller. This is actually a series, and this is book 1 of the series. And I've heard that this one was good, so I wound up getting this one. So that's that. And the second book is a wintry read, thriller. So I got The Ice Princess by Camilla Lackberg. So yeah, this looks really amazing. Look at the icicles, and I thought this would be a great winter read. So that's that one. Okay, moving on in the store, I went to paranormal, and I really like to read books about vampires and werewolves and stuff like that. So I picked up, and witches, and I picked up a witch book, and that book is called The Witch's Daughter, and this is book 1 This is by Pamela Bratchton. So this is a series. This is book 1 in the series, and I really like the cover, and I want to read about witches, so I wanted to pick this one up. So then I have this thing about wolves. My son loves wolves, so I found these wolf books, and I got 3 books of the same series. So I got the whole series. These are anthologies where there's 3 books in one, 3 stories in each one. So the book that I got was Growl, and they're kind of huge, but there's 3 books written by 3 different authors. Then I got Growl, and then I got Hunger, and then I got Wild. And I hope that I like these. It looks like they're paranormal, but they're romance as well, and I couldn't resist. They really look really nice together on the shelf. That's what it looks like. So yeah, and I really like the covers. So yeah, so that's that one. Okay, so the last 3 books that I got, I went into historical fiction. I love reading about World War II, so I wound up getting some books. They're all historical fiction. The first one I got was The Girl with No Name, I think that this one is a series as well. This is book 1 of the series, so I got this one. Then I got The Pieces We Keep. And this one as well. It says the deepest bonds are never broken. So I got this one. And the last book I got, I really loved the cover, and I wanted historical romance. So I got Roses by Lila Mitchum. So it says, like Gone with the Wind, as gloriously entertaining as it is vest. So yeah, I really liked Gone with the Wind, which I'm going to read again. I read that way back in my teens, so I want to read it again for my 50/50 list, but this one I couldn't resist, and I really liked it. So the cover is really amazing. So that's it. So that's all I got today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.